For people impacted by MS, the summer heat can be unbearable. People with MS who have heat sensitivity can go outside and go blind again or develop weakness again, and their body doesn't work until they cool back down. Fortunately, there's a medication that can help with heat sensitivity in MS called 4-aminopyridine, or Ampyra. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you how it works. Don't turn away, because that starts right now. Howdy! Thanks for learning about MS with me, Boster. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how the medication Ampyra helps protect folks with MS against heat sensitivity. Let's go to the chalkboard now. A little chalk talk for you. Here we're going to pretend that we're in the central nervous system, and here's point A in the brain, and here's point B, and we want to send a message from point A to point B. So let's draw in part of a neuron that's connecting these 2 points. That's called an axon. And the axon has myelin coating it. So I'm going to draw a myelin sheath, and then another myelin sheath. And there's spaces between the myelin sheaths. Those are called nodes of Ranvier. All right, so I'm going to draw these nodes in between the myelin sheath. And I'll just write up. So this is myelin, and the whole thing is an axon. Now, when you want to send a message from point A to point B, you fire an action potential, you stimulate this electrically, and it sends a message that jumps from one node to the next, jumping past the myelin. And it's a very, very fast way of sending a message down to B. So this is a normal working nerve. Now let's redraw below it what happens in the setting of MS. So here's again point A, and here's again point B, and here is that same axon that I drew. All right, and we're going to put in myelin here, just like before, except this area of myelin has been eaten away because of MS, so we don't have anything there. It's naked. And we'll put back in these nodes of Ranvier in red. And what happens when you fire an action potential, and this is electrically stimulated, it can't jump, and so it just dies. And the signal is not sent. And so B never finds out what A was trying to tell it. Now, if this nerve is your optic nerve, you're going to be blind and not be able to see because we're not able to conduct the electricity. Now let's talk about how the body tries to repair itself, okay? So I'm going to use this as an example, and let me get rid of this big X I drew. Your body is not good at building myelin back in the central compartment, unfortunately. But what it can do is it can come in and put in a bunch of little, very inefficient channels that allow electricity to pass. So now, after this has occurred, when you want to send a message from point A to point B, you can do it. Now, it's very inefficient. You have to go little by little until you reach this node, and then you can jump. And so this is the repair mechanism. If this was your optic nerve, you would be able to see again, unless you went out into the heat. So I'll write heat here. When you go out in the heat, these channels run faster, they speed up, and as a result, they start to leach or lose their ions. So there's all these potassium ions that leak out. And because all the ions leak out, you can't conduct electricity in the heat. This is a situation where someone has had an optic neuritis, they regain vision, except when they go out in the heat, they go blind again. Now, when your body cools back down, then the system runs slower, and in the absence of heat, you can see again. I want to use this model to explain how the drug Ampyra works. So Ampyra. So this is 4-aminopyridine. The brand name in Europe is Ampyra. This medication is really interesting. What it does is it poisons some of these channels. Not all of them, just some of them. And it disallows the potassium from leaching out. It stops that from happening. It's like a plug. And so if you are taking Ampyra, then even when you get overheated, so we'll write heat, it doesn't matter because this Ampyra blocks the leaching of all the potassium. As a result, when you're in heat with Ampyra, you can still conduct electricity. And that's how the drug 4-aminopyridine, or Ampyra, works. If you'd like to learn more about tricks and tips to beat the summer heat, click the video that's on your screen right now. And until my next Monday morning video, or the next time I see you at the Boster Center for MS, this is Aaron Boster saying stay cool and be safe.